The film is grainy and in bad shape, but it shows an important part of Missouri history, a history that is causing health concerns and headaches tonight. High levels of lead are lurking underneath homes in our area.
Hundreds of houses in Potosi are showing signs of contaminants left over from decades of mining. The federal government has promised one woman they will clean up her yard, but the problem is it's taken nearly 15 years. News 4 investigator Lauren Traeger goes right to the source for answers.
This was a little bit out of my price range, but it had everything I needed and I wanted.
Maria McCauley fell in love with her Potosi home back in 2008.
This is my vegetable garden. I usually have tomatoes. Last year I had a bumper crop of cucumbers.
For years, though, she never knew what was lurking in the soil. Elevated levels of lead.
October 9th, 2013.
In 2013, she received a letter from the Environmental Protection Agency addressed to a previous owner.
When you see the envelope, you're like, okay, what did I do? What did I do?
She was shocked at what she read. Way back in 2005, the EPA had found concerning levels of lead in the soil of her yard.
That was my surprise. I was like, whoa, okay, so I have lead on my property.
Lead poisoning can cause an array of mental and physical health problems in adults and is especially dangerous for children. So how did it get there? Mining in this area dates back to the 1700s. That's why it's often called the lead belt. Lead got into the soil, often used as fill dirt on people's properties. Maria's home, her letter said, was on a list of hundreds the federal government was promising to clean up. But fast forward from 2013 to 2019.
Waiting. I've just been waiting.
Maria had heard nothing.
Is this acceptable?
No. It's not acceptable that it was tested in 2005 and here we're talking 14 years later.
She worried for her dogs.
I wonder about their paws.
And for her own safety when out in the yard.
I always try to have gloves on when I'm done. Wash up good because you just never know.
All of it leaving her frustrated at the federal government.
Has this gone on for way too long?
Way too long. Way too long.
We take it very serious.
We took Maria's concerns directly to officials at the EPA.
What would you say to somebody who might be kind of concerned that it's taken too long?
We're doing the best that we can. I mean, we're not attempting to delay this or postpone any of these actions.
Dan Kellerman with the EPA says about 200 properties like this one have been remediated of lead. A foot of soil is scraped off and replaced.
It appears to be a very simple process. You go out, you remove the soil and you put it back, but we're dealing with hundreds, if not thousands, of property owners.
But he says a contract dispute did delay them for a couple of years. Now they're back on track. They prioritize homes with the highest concentrations of lead and where children live. Currently, Washington County health officials say they have 13 cases of children whose blood has elevated levels of lead.
Protecting human health is our overall objective on these projects.
Maria lives by herself and her lead levels are not among the highest in the county. But just recently, after inquiries to News 4 and her senators, she got some encouraging news. Her yard could be cleaned up in just a few weeks.
We're going to get this done.
The EPA says there are still hundreds of properties in the area that haven't even been tested yet to see if there's elevated levels of lead. They say it could be another decade or more before the properties they know about are cleaned up. In the meantime, they ask for homeowners to be patient and to take some precautions. There are similar lead issues in Jefferson, Iron, St. Francis, and Madison counties in Missouri. We've got maps of the areas and information for concerned residents on our website, KMOV.com. Lauren Traeger, News 4 Investigates.